Hello everybody, back again, and this is Darshini. What I'd like to do is to go over a bit more in detail for the information regarding those thermal vents that I told you about. And I'm seeing what I'm seeing is really on the tundra here. I don't know if that's what you started getting when I was talking to you, but it's really on this scope here. And there are some activity, there's more activity, this becoming more active too in Iceland, Reykjavik. So it's really to do with Sweden and Finland. Even though they're going through some heavy snows, this whole section here is going to get hit. Kind of through here. Moscow, round about there. From that onwards you're going to get hit badly with snowstorms and very intense blizzards. But where I'm seeing on the volcanoes is around about this section here. I don't know if that's true. It's like a tundra there. Not so much here, Sweden obviously, but in here, sorry. But it's really up there. So something's going on there that I'm seeing 3 underground volcanoes. And it is going to affect where you're going to see a lot more, not a huge amount, but more earthquakes over here. Sorry, getting old, losing things. But so you will see more extreme weather here. All right? What else can I tell you? I am seeing that... strangely enough, not Sweden, but Finland and Norway are getting more, just like Canada, if you saw the Canadian one, are experiencing far more younger people getting into riots and facing off on government or officials. I don't know if that's true. Again, as I said in the Canadian one, I've got a gentleman by the name of Bob Cop who comes in with evaluating and saying, okay, this came true, that didn't. Well, actually all of them came true. So he came in with those. But basically, I would be interested if anybody's going to monitor that. I'd appreciate that. Just going quickly over to, let's see, this one. Again, I know it looks a bit strange that I'm seeing earthquakes here, but then I feel that's another reason why England is experiencing earthquakes in that vicinity too. It's really as if it's pushing downwards. So again, I could be wrong. I don't profess to be right. And as I said, it's not an exact science what I'm doing. It's energy, and I explained this in a video earlier this year on the 3rd, or even on 12/12/12, which I'm afraid all those came true within 48 hours, a lot of it, which you're welcome to look at later, and also some other things. So I'm seeing, as I said, in these 2 countries more so, that there's going to be far more riots and demonstrations. And it's as if, not exactly racial, but it's as if one hits the other. They're kind of head to head, where there's going to be far more controversy, I would say. And I've lost where I'm trying to go now. So just move up here. Belgium is going to, somebody wanted to know if they're going to split. I don't see it splitting, but I do immediately, that is, that the controversy is going to be an ongoing thing where it's having, around about August, I do see some kind of, not fait accompli, but something, an agreement being made where they're going to have far more of an easier time of it. Not to say that the extremes of both parties are going to let up, they're not. And it flares up again in 2014, around about February, something's going to happen. But it's more to do in Parliament. So just be warned about Belgium on that one. So we're seeing a lot of that. Again, just like in America, Canada, and now these 2 as well, a tiny bit here. But really it's to do with in this area is in Norway and where are we? Gonna mix. Oops, sorry. Let me just bring it down. Finland. That they're going to see far more heading off. Sparking off, where they're going to get not exactly shootings like we're getting in America, but youth having a feel that they want to talk to be more apparent and using violence in that way to try and get noticed, which I'm sorry to say is not the right way. I'm seeing that there is some kind of flare up here in Ireland, and I'll just pan over to that. So in Ireland, and politically, and something happens in April, so I hate to say it, that's going to be an issue, some kind of political violence going on in Ireland, with repercussions, and again it's to do with the government as well, and religion. We are finding it's as if there's still some flooding, and it's from kind of a system, as I said. It's a system that's going to get really heavy and gathers, and it's really from here onwards and London down all the way through, but heavy flooding from not all the way down to Devon or anything like that, or Eastbourne, but it's really in the, from Thames up in that area on the Lake District where there's going to get heavy flooding, and that's about end of June, July. Okay. What else can I tell you? Denmark. I'm seeing that there's going to be some kind of, oh boy, there's a lot of politics here. Sorry to say, there's going to be some kind of upset in Denmark with the government. I don't know if they're going to be trying to pass some kind of controversial law, but there's huge uproars, and the two sides are at each other. It's as if it's a liberal as opposed to a very straight jacket, established politicians, but they're head to head again and trying to overturn something. But it's about not one specific, it's like a series of laws, but it's really to do with one subject. So that's coming up, and I'm seeing that happen in June, so let me know. Yes, as I said, let's go down now. Oopsie daisy, I'm sorry. I'm not being very professional, and you know what? This is like a home video. Sorry about it, but that's what it is. So I don't need any comments. Thank you. Keep them to yourself on that. I'm here just to give you information. I won't go into Russia because I'm going to cover that in another video. But I would like to go now to, as I said, all of this will be, there's several large Turkey earthquakes. We're going to see far more in this region here, Ankara, Baghdad, Iraq, and as I said, right through all of this. Even one significant one just off the coast of Cyprus, by the way. There's going to be a kind of a plethora, like a cluster coming in from Greece, and it's something on not the Adriatic but the Ionian Sea. There's some kind of like it's around about late summer, June, end of June through August, something about a rather a high this ridge here, a high earthquake. I would say a 5.66. But that really has some after effects, but it's afterquakes going on in there. All right. What I wanted to talk about actually is more in this quarter here, and that what I'm seeing is, and I hate to say this, this is going to cause not exactly war, but all the way from this whole area here. Spain, Portugal, and all of that area is, I'm seeing water is going to be a huge problem. Now in Africa, I am going to put that in, but basically the water resources are, fresh water this is, have become a political weapon. and they are, what I'm seeing is that it's going to have some huge repercussions where water resources are being either taken or fought over. So just to let you know, it'll start heat. It's already an issue, quite frankly. I'm sure it is, but I'm seeing that it's going to be far more of a more intense issue it start by February, but it'll really heat up by August next year, June, July, August, when the summer heat's going to even evaporate even more so. But I'm seeing that the natural resources are what they're worried about, that they're not getting as much rain as they used to, or the water reserves are refilling. So they're getting a bit more proprietorial, and also that the farms aren't getting what they need. So I am seeing some rather nasty confrontations coming up and going on there. And this is going to be an issue, to be honest, with quite a few countries throughout the world, where water is going to be like the next gold, and that they're going to be either damming it up for themselves and causing more wars, as in with in certain countries in Africa, where they're using it as leverage and power, more priceless than even gold. So just be warned about that, and I do see that all happening here. All right, so I hate to say that's going to be pretty bad. I do see, though, that the heat wave that's coming is going to affect far more in Spain and in this area, in this circumference here, touching on Portugal, not so much Lisbon, but that heat is going to really have some bad effects, side effects. I don't know what they are, but they are going to be really hit hard with the heat. Let's see now. Italy. I really see that there is going to be a kind of an earthquake within the limits of not Rome, but round about here. And I feel that that could cause some rather, and again, late July, August, maybe end of June, you're going to see a few more earthquakes that are going to be significant round about that time. And that's in this area here, San Marino. Okay? In the mountains, I feel, but it's definitely going to have some repercussions on that one. Right, let me just go back to earthquakes on that, and as you can see, it's really not an issue at the moment, but well, you got it somewhere here where I'm saying it, but that's only a 2.0, but I do see it much bigger there. Okay, back to Google Earth, and thank you. Now, we all have, you know, obviously there's going to be political issues and everything going on with several subjects, but what I am seeing, trying to pan out here, patience, let's get there. Okay, let's see, we're going into, well, whether they like it or not, we're going here, Lebanon and Turkey. And I'm going to go down here a bit more here, where it's going to be, you know, I hate to say this, but I'm seeing a lot of like a whole system fault here throughout Turkey, from that upwards down through here. So just be warned about that on the earthquakes. And there are going to be some significant ones this year, a bit more significant even than last year. All right. Okay, just panning out. I don't want to really make this one too long, but as I said, really coming into Asia, I'll do that later, but not Pakistan. But here, this whole kind of spectrum of all of this gets covered, and you're going to see far more earthquakes in this area, where up in northern India, we're going to see far more instances. Iran, around about here, is going to have more. Tehran, that bit, is going to have far more significant earthquakes too, and seeing it. All right, and as I said last year, that Russia will be seeing and experiencing far more earthquakes. Same thing here too. I'm seeing far more earthquakes, but it's actually in the upper region, and a kind of a middle belt of nothing, not exactly nothing, but sporadic, very small ones. But it's mostly over China. Whoa, whoa, get too close there. And it's in the lower quadrant from, you know, in this area, from Bangladesh onwards, Nepal and everything, and then coming in to Pakistan, Delhi. But this is where I'm seeing more of the earthquakes, really not in the southern quotient, but really in the sectors up here. Okay, and they'll be slowly increasing. It won't be like a deluge or in a significant increase like we are experiencing here in America, but more of a subtle, softer one. I am going to go over some other things about weather patterns, but for Asia, but India, I'm going to leave that in that one because it's going to be about cyclones. And you may see, just on a quick note before I leave, no, see how it goes. Stop it. Sorry. I talk to things. I talk in my car, talk to my car. Okay, so what I'm seeing is, you don't be surprised if you see around about this channel here, some weird water spouts and activity where it's like mini tornadoes, but it's not cyclones, but literally weird, like we've been experiencing, as I predicted last year, but real activity where it's and it's mostly in the summer months. It's not going to be winter, but in the summer months where you're going to get a kind of mixture of cool air and warm, and it hits and creates these weird water spouts or mini tornadoes, water tornadoes. Okay, so that's it really. Thank you for joining me. I hope I haven't bored you silly, and hopefully that information is of use. It's on your touch, but you know, if I can try and put more in the book, I will. But the book is really to do with other subjects as well. All right, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.